Hi! Welcome back to the Mel-Tran Designs podcast. I'm still alive. Yes, I'm back and I'm here to bother you one more time. I know it's been a while. That was definitely not my intention, but life and the holidays and life got in the way. But I'm back, and we're together again, and I'm so happy to be podcasting today. It is, speaking of today, it is January 6th, 2016. I hope you all are doing well and that you survived the holidays okay. I'm not going to go through everything that has happened since the last time I recorded. I'm just going to kind of start fresh with a fresh new year, but Christmas was good. I went to my dad's like I usually do. We went with Jake's family on Christmas Eve. So it was good. Thanksgiving was good. Survived the holidays for one more year, right? So anyways, we're going to get into it. I actually have some show notes typed up on my computer today. So hopefully we can keep things moving along. I don't know what episode number this is. I just was like, Jake, I need to record. Please keep the kids out of the bedroom. And so I'm back here and it's 8:45. But anyways, welcome to new viewers. Welcome to returning viewers if there are any of you left. My numbers have never been very big. And so hopefully I've retained a few of you. So anyways, welcome. Thank you for spending some time with me. I wanted to talk about the podcast and my plans for 2016. I have let things get in the way, especially over the last year. Just, oh, well, the kids are home, so I'm not going to record. Or, I don't know. I don't feel like doing my hair and whatever. So, this year, it's not going to be an issue. If I am like, okay, I'm going to record today and I'm in a hat, which I've done in the past, whatever. If I have to tell Jake, hey, I need to record this week, I'll come in here and do it at 8:45 at night, and it'll be done. It's going to be done every week this year, unless I'm out of town. And even then, maybe I'll try to do something. But with the exception of me being out of town, I want to record every week this year. I want to give you guys something that is more reliable, not so sporadic. So anyways, that's my plan. So let's move right on into it. Going on / coming up, I have my Fiber Fanatics Unite retreat, which is the one I'm putting on in April. It's the 21st to the 24th in Albion, Idaho. If you want any information on it, it is, you can find that in the group, the Fiber Fanatics Unite group on Ravelry. We are at, we've gained a couple, lost one or two. We're at like 27, 28 people, but there are a few people that I have talked to recently who are kind of on the bubble of if they're going to come or not. One person is waiting to find out if she gets a job that she applied for, but she'll know that soon and whatnot. So anyway, the absolute last day for signups is March 11th. So if you are thinking about it, if you're just now finding out about it, go check it out. It's super, super cheap, $200 for a 4-day retreat. That includes all food except for one portion of one meal that you sign up for. And I request kindly that you bring a snack to share. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. It doesn't even have to be homemade. It could be a bag of nacho cheese Doritos. Or, chips and salsa. Doesn't have to be anything homemade or fancy, just something to munch on. Anyways, for all the information, go over to the group, and if you read all of it and still have questions, you can PM me or you can post in the forum, whichever. But we'd love to have as many people as we can. So, anyways, next after that will be Zombie Apocalypse, which is the first weekend of June. I am going to be vending in their market, and it's looking like I will probably be driving over there, which is a little crazy. It's really far. But looking at the cost of gas compared to the cost of airfare right now, and the fact that I would have to ship all my product over there, it's looking like it would save me a substantial amount of money to drive. So if any of you happen to be in Nebraska, Lincoln-ish area, and may have a spare couch cushion, or would be willing to let me park my car in your driveway, I don't mind sleeping in my car, but it would be safe there. Anyways, if you would let me know, I would appreciate it, because that's a stopping spot where I don't have really any connections. So anyways, moving on. That's all. Okay, moving on to the knitting. Well, that was quick. Works in progress. I'm just going to grab stuff and go through it. I didn't even list them because I'm just going to pull stuff out of my bag and talk about it. So, all right. First up is a test knit that I'm doing that I am loving. There have been some little things to work out, but not bad. And I'm using up some yarn that I love and is beautiful together. Hold on, let me get it situated here. The pattern is called Assateague Wat, and it's actually already been published on Ravelry because she had it tested once, but there were so many errors in it that she decided to go ahead and have it tested a second time to make sure she caught everything, which I think is fantastic. Very, very diligent on her part. Hold on, I'm caught up. I will just keep talking here for a second. I started it before Christmas, and it was supposed to be due by the 8th, but we found some stuff that we want to work on for the shaping of the sleeves. So, and there's another tester that just kind of came on board. So she went ahead and gave us, what in the world? Some extra time. Instead of needing to be done by the 8th, she wants it done by the 26th, which is a lot of time to work on the sleeve decreases and, you know, really making the pattern the best we can so she can put out the best pattern that she's able to. So, all right, now that I got that untangled. It looks like this. Well, here's the, wow, that is not coming out to a very good color. That looks just gray. I have a spotlight I can kind of turn on. It is actually more green. You can kind of see it there. It's still looking gray. I mean, it's a gray green, but it's definitely green, like a sagey green. And the yarn is, I don't know the colorway because she didn't write one on there. You can see the semi-solidness of the bottom of it there. The green is from Daisy Knits, and the brown is actually a Madeline Tosh, the William Morris colorway. So it's garter, back and forth garter wedges, well, not all back, short row garter wedges, some in the round stuff up here that you build the yoke with, and then you put the yarn on holders and work the body just in stockinette. The reason I have a sleeve going is because I could not find the second sleeve, the second skein of this green anywhere. I searched and searched and was like, I need to still make progress though, so I just started doing the sleeve. So this sleeve is going to be brown. This sleeve will be green, which looks awesome. I actually think I might bind off in the other color. I think that would look really neat, at least on the bottom. I don't know about the sleeves with them being so solid, you know, kind of down here. I'm not really sure if I will do that or not, but I do want to bind off in the contrasting color here. I have about 4 more inches left to go on the body before it's done, and that includes doing the edging and everything. So it's coming along actually pretty quickly. It's a really fun knit. Doing those wedges is really, really fun. So anyways, I'm doing that. The garter stitch was on size 3s. I'm doing the stockinette on a 4 feeding onto a 3, and that gets me gauge. I'm currently keeping it in my, it is not that blown out red. I got lots of red going on here, I think is why. I mean, it is a brighter red, but that's really blown out. There we go. This is a Knitting's My bag, and I may have fallen down in her shop the other day when she had her 40% off sale. Anyway, so yes, there's that one. Love working on it. Look it up. Next, let's just try not to shake the camera too bad here. Oh, and I don't have that bag yet, but it did ship, so when it comes, I'll show it to you. Next is in one of my Girl Cave bags. I will be sharing a booth with her, and I messaged her because I was super excited to be sharing a booth with her, and I said, hey, I have this theme going on. The 2 bags of yours that I have, I'll pull out the other one because it's right here, have birds on them. And I'm not like a big bird fanatic, but apparently I like fabric with birds on it. So I said, hopefully you'll have something with birds on it that I can buy from you so I can, you know, keep up the tradition, which I actually don't need any more project bags, but I have to have the tradition, and that'll be the only one I buy. So anyways, she's like, I'm drawn to them too for some reason, so don't worry, I'll have something. So anyways, in this bag are actually 2 different projects. One is the other half of this pair of socks. That's a really nice, like, teal green. It's looking kind of funny there. Apparently green is looking gray. It must be, I don't know, it could be the red, it could be the blown out color. There, wait, hold on a second. I'll play with stuff, don't worry. And yeah, anyway. So we have a bright neon pink and a teal green and like a highlighter yellow. This is actually some yarn that I dyed, just messing around. One day I have a huge cone of white fingering weight yarn and read a little bit on how to do some self-striping yarn and just was playing. So anyways, this one's done. It's just a plain vanilla sock, fish lips kiss heel, and then I did a little bit of a mock, kind of a one by one cable rib on the top, just for a little bit of texture. Just, I don't know, messing around. This sock was sitting here for months and months. I don't have second sock syndrome. I just started working on other stuff and didn't really care about these all that much, so just put them aside. And then I used the needles that were in them for trying other stuff out. And anyways, so the other day I was like, I want some more socks, and everybody's working on Project Sock Drawer, and I, you know, can't be a leader. I have to be a follower sometimes. Oh, shoot. That was a project I forgot to bring in for my FOs. If I think of it, I'll show it next time. Anyways, can't be a leader all the time. Have to be a follower sometimes. And I want to do Project Sock Drawer. Some of my socks are wearing out, and some have just disappeared. That happens. And I just need more socks to rotate through. So I went ahead and finished the sock. That's looking red. Man, yeah, don't worry. I'll change my background. I wonder if I turn this way to my very boring white wall. If you want to come decorate my bedroom, that'd be nice. Alright. See how this looks. Well, that's alright. Now I'm going to obsess over the lighting. I apologize. I don't mean to be obsessive. Now I look all red. Hold on. Alright. Let's see how that looks. Now there's a shadow behind me. Okay. I really am sorry. Please be patient. It's a little bit better. Alright. You get what you get with me. I don't have editing software that will allow me to like splice things out, because I don't know, just never have. I just kind of record and that's what you get. So hey, we're gonna have fun together. Size 1s, 2.25 millimeters, 32-inch cable, magic loop. I'm this far up the leg. I have to make, and it's matching up identical. So to finish the leg, I get up to the 4th green one, and then I will go once through all the colors and then bind off with the pink. So I'm at my 2nd green one, like I said, out of the 4. So that's coming along nicely. I have plenty of yarn here. And after I finish these, what I will probably do, what I've been wanting to do, is cast on with some leftover finger striping and just have it on a needle. So that way if I have an idea for something that might work with self-striping, instead of having to do a toe or do a cuff or whatever, I can just knit it for a while and see if it works. And if it doesn't, I can just leave that. And then the next time I have an idea, I'll just knit the next thing and just have it kind of as an ongoing thing. So anyways, the other thing that's in this project bag is my half a square from my Fiber Nymph Minis of the Month. This is the one from November. Is that the month that did she skip November? She skipped a month, either October or November. I don't remember. But either way, it's that one. And I still have the other half to go. It's a nice, pretty soft gray. Or it's a soft black, I think she called it. But it's actually a nice gray. And I need to finish because I got the new minis today. I don't have them with me. I put them in my pocket because Kyan, they were sitting on the counter and Kyan was cleaning. She's like, where do you want me to put these? And I had my jacket on. I just put them in the pocket. So they're still in there. It's still very red. It also doesn't help that like my sheets are red and I have this and I'm wearing red and I have red in my hair. I have some, anyway, whatever. You're just getting red today. Hope you like red. Oh, whoops. I forgot to put my other sock in here. Hold on. It's kind of like we're just hanging out. Totally unstructured. Well, not completely unstructured, but just la-da-da. You get what you get, right? Okay. What is in here? That is a design in progress that I'm not ready to show yet. I put it in here. I haven't worked on it in a long time, but I put it in a project bag in my knitting bag because I want to have it there in case I'm kind of looking for something to do and I can go, oh, hey, yeah, and work on it a little bit more. I'll talk about designing in a little bit. This goes here. All right, let's keep digging. Okay. There are a couple of things in this bag. This is a 31 bag that comes with another bag and it matches my knitting bag that I'm using right now. This is a design of mine called Renees Challenge, and more red. I didn't love how tight that initial cable was, and I kind of played with it as far as, you know, saying to loosen up, you know, use a larger size needle and whatever, but I just still wasn't overly happy with it. So I pulled out the hat to the ribbing and am playing with it a little bit. I'm trying to remember if I increased stitches or just increased the needle size. I put notes on my computer and my thing. So anyways, if you have bought that pattern in the past, look for an update as soon as I can. It's a really fun chunky cable pattern. It works really great. This is actually a Fiber Nymph gradient, and so it goes from this darker, this is the earthenware red, up to lighter. Oh man, that's really blowing out orange. Doesn't help that I have these compact fluorescent lights that are a weird color. Anyways, and it goes to lighter. It's not orange like that, I promise. Good grief. Ridiculous. The other thing that's in here that I'm working on that I don't have much done on is the neck. More red. Seriously, this is insane. the neck of a sweater for my dog, Lucy. It is a big ball of yarn that was a sweater at one point that I didn't like how it turned out, so I pulled it apart. And anyways, she's just a little miniature dachshund, and it's really cold here, so she needs some help. So let's see if the project in here is not red. It is not red. This is actually a project I was working on this weekend. We went to see my sister. She moved across the state back in October, and her dog is very cold too, and it's colder over there. They're about 2,000 feet higher than we are. They're at about 4,400 feet, and we sit, about 2,200. So it's much colder there, and it's really windy. So I'm making her dog a dog sweater as well. This is the Perfect Fit dog sweater. Dawn from the Wolf Farms podcast is the one who has made 1.5 million of them. So anyways, here's how it looks so far. I have the front legs, well, the only legs that are part of it, the sleeves there, and she wanted a hole for the leash, a leash hole, so that's there. And now I stopped working on it because Magic Loop at this point is just ridiculous, because there's so many stitches on the needles, and I have a 16-inch. The color is blowing out and it's irritating me. Better. Okay. I have a 16-inch size 6, and this is on size 6s, so what I'll do is put it on there and then just go round and round. I need to do about 5 inches past the leg hole, and I have about 1 inch. So anyways, it was just getting frustrating to work on, and I said, you know what, I'm just gonna take it home and work on it there on my 16-inch needle. Here's what I have left of the yarn. I love this yarn. An old yarn store here in town made it. That's getting brighter because it's a fluorescent light. That's why the color is staying changed. Hold on, I'm still here. Just going around the bed. Turn off the light. Let's see if that helps at all. I'm really sorry. Okay, I'm really self-conscious about it. I don't know why now. Universal long print. That red that I held up, that's the sweater for my dog, that's Universal Tapestry. It's a 50-50 wool acrylic blend, and it's super soft and squishy, totally machine washable. And like I started to say, a yarn store that was here in town, they carried it, but then they closed, and so anyway, this bag is from when I went to Knittin' in the Mitten a couple years ago. So yeah, that's on size 6s. The neck is on size 5s, and the neck is actually a different yarn. It's Barocco Vintage in like a charcoal or something like that color. Alright, that is everything that's in my project bag here, or my knitting bag. So I'm going to go ahead and move that off my bed so I know what I've gone through already. And oh, I have one other project. I know there's all these. The ones that are actively getting worked on are the Assateague Wat, the stripy socks, because I can just pick those up and not have to think, and this sock here, because this is going to be for a class, actually the first class that I teach for this spring set of classes. It looks kind of weird because, well, it is kind of weird. It's called Stripe Tees. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. You cast on here and do your ribbing, and then you do these strips. And I'm using a Crazy Zobber ball. So you do this strip. You can't, okay, there we go. You can see the 3 different strips, whatever. So you go down, and then you pick up along the side and go down, connecting it as you go. Pick up, do the same, and then you have all those, and you work the heel, and then you work this strip that's the length of your foot, and then you do the bottom of the heel strip. You can see the shaping there, and then you pick up and you do the other side of the foot, which is what I'm doing now, and then I will be doing the front of the foot that I think will be the length of these plus however many you did on your foot. I'm assuming that's what it is. So anyways, it's really fun to work on. You have to do math on one little part of it, but it's super, super easy math, and you already have the numbers just from working the sock. So anyways, it has a traditional heel flap and gusset, anyways, all that kind of fun stuff. The colorway is teal and red or something creative like that. It's very Christmassy looking, even though it doesn't look like that when it's in a hank. It looks, not in hank, in the ball. But here, it really, really looks like it. But then, when you have it here, it's not quite as Christmassy looking. But I still like it. I don't care. So, anyways, that is there. And I'm actually using size 0s for this because it's worked back and forth in stockinette. And my stockinette gauge is, because my purling is a little bigger than my knitting, so I just dropped down. And it seems like it's going to fit. So, anyways, and that's one of my yarn boxes by Madsen Originals. Love this thing. She has big ones now. We kind of talked when I was over there last time about the size, and she makes one now that's double the height. Go check it out. Alright. Not used to just talking straight for this long anymore. I think that's all with the knitting portion. Yeah, active knitting, works in progress. Now I have some FOs for you. I think, okay, this one I grabbed, and now I can't remember if it was in progress or if I had actually, I think it was just in progress last time, so I'll show it again anyway. This is a hat that I made out of the 7 Sammy's yarn that is 30% Samoyed, 70% merino. Super soft, and do you see that halo? Isn't that insane? And I just did a roll brim. I started at the top, worked my way down until I had enough to bind off and bound off. And it doesn't have any memory at all. So I just stick it on, and like my hand is warm just putting it in here. It's so warm and so soft, and I love it. And I've never been a huge fan of the roll brim hats, but it actually looks pretty good. So I don't mind it. And even when you look up close, that this doesn't have autofocus, but you can barely see that there are stitches. Unless you're really looking from a distance, it looks almost like felt, a piece of felt. So, wonder, mess with this. Oh, the screen froze for a second. Alright. Nextly is a set that I made for Cayenne, my 9-year-old, for Christmas. I made her a smaller Color Tracks hat. Instead of 80 stitches, I did 70, and I only did 3 of these. And then, but I wanted to work another colored bit before I did the top, so I just did. I just started doing the decreases, but used the variegated, and then went up into the top. The purple, the solid, is some Barocco vintage, and then the multicolored is from oh my gosh, Emily, Fiber Addiction. So anyways, she loved it, and to go with it I worked up some mitts based off of the hat pattern. So I didn't do the textured stitch in the thumb because I did not want to mess with that in so few stitches. But I still did the striping as if I was doing this. So it completely matches underneath. So anyways, those were a lot of fun. I don't know if I will ever really write that up. I don't know. We shall see. Stay tuned. Nextly, I crocheted a couple of washcloths. I didn't weave in ends because I just threw them on the table because I was finished and was like, whatever. So did those. I crocheted a pot holder. It's fairly small. I used fingering weight held double and a G hook. I really should have used like an H or an I, but if you hold it diagonal, it's still big enough to pull something out or to use as a trivet. So anyways, I love the colors, and this yarn, this is some of the very first sock yarn I ever bought. and it's just been in my house and in my stash for 10 years, more than 10 years. And I was like, hey, done. Especially when you use it held doubled and crocheting, it just eats it up. Next, I made this, lovely shawl out of some hand spun. It was not a gradient when I spun it, or when I bought it, but I pulled it apart and made it a gradient. This is from the Sassy Sheep. It's her Tropics colorway. And the pattern, I can't remember. I'm so sorry. Let's check Ravelry really fast. Big lacy shawl, perfect big lace edge shawl, perfect lace edge shawl. No, eyelet, something about eyelets. Hold on, let me see. Super Eyelet Shawl by Fiona Wright. Like I said, it's free on Ravelry. It calls for actually more yardage than I had, but I knew that it would work fine. What's nice about it is that you increase on the right and wrong side on the edges, so it has the nice long tails. And even though it's short, it's still, let's see if I can move this around. Chicago. Still covers decently, especially if it's just my shoulders that are cold. You know, and I can pin it, or I could just tie it if I wanted to just kind of have it on me. But I've been wearing it backwards because it's just the right size, and because of these long sides, I just tuck it under like this and tuck this under. And then when I put my coat on, it covers that part of my chest that always gets cold. Like that. So, anyways, I've really been enjoying it, and it was nice to knit with some hand spun. And I saw it one day when I was going through my stash. I'm going to put my thumb over my camera again. I saw it one day when I was going through my stash looking for yarn for the Assateague Wat, actually. And I was like, hey, and I had found that pattern already, and I was like, you know what, I'm just going to knit this really fast. The color is driving me insane. Okay. Anyways, maybe I can mess with it. Like I said, I can't on here, but maybe I can. Alright, one more thing. I'm sorry I'm obsessing over it. I wanted to show you, I don't think I showed you the blocked Fireflies at dusk, and I'm so in love with it, and I didn't want to take the chance of not showing you. So here it is. In case I have shown it, I'm sorry, but like I said, I don't want to take the chance that I didn't. It's beaded in the blue section. No, it's just showing through. You can see, here, let me see. There we go. All the little sparkly bits. So the top yarn and bottom yarn are from Nurturing Fibers. She is out of Cape Town, South Africa. And then the blue is Solar Flare Fibers out of Australia. She's unfortunately no longer dying. But it's so big. It just wraps up and around. And I love to wear it to church. It's my favorite, keep me warm because they like to keep the church cold, blankie. So, alright. Is color bothering you as much as it's bothering me? Alright. Acquisitions. I had a couple things come today. I got this beautiful Aqua Shock from Lisa Fiber Nymph. And this is going to be for a design that I'm working on. It's a pair of mittens, cabled mittens. I actually already have the pattern written, and it has been printed. It was specifically for a local gal who has her yarn milled and spun, but I didn't want to put it out on Ravelry because you can't really get her yarn, and I wanted to make sure that a commercially prepared yarn would knit up at the same gauge. So this is a sport weight. I'm hoping it works. If not, then I'll just play with the numbers a little bit and make it work. It's either sport or DK, but I'm hoping the sport will work because this is gorgeous. So anyways, if you are interested in test knitting a pair of cabled mittens, please let me know. Just post in the thread. And I know there was the one gal who wants to test the husband hat. I'm going to get back to that. I'll talk about designing in a minute, but I'm going to get back to that. I skipped designing. I'll go back to that when I'm done saying this. If you want to see a picture or whatever of the mittens, let me know if you're interested. Designing. I skipped that on accident. Let's talk about that just really fast. I wasn't going to say this, I wasn't going to like put this out there, but I think I should because I think it'll hold me more accountable. My plan for 2016, I don't do resolutions. I just make plans and that are attainable, that I already kind of wanted to do anyway, and it's like, okay, look, a fresh start. My plan is to release 12 patterns this year. 1 pattern a month for the entire year. Or 12 total. If I have 2 that I kind of finish at the same time, then I will put them out, but 12 total. The mittens will be the first one because, like I said, I really just need to do a gauge swatch, you know, kind of start it, see if it's going to work, and if it does, I will publish it. But like I said, it hasn't been tested, so if anybody does feel like testing, please contact me. And I have a whole list. The husband hat is one of them. The socks that I didn't show you is another one. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I may have referred to that you would know about. I don't think so. I have a pair of socks that I wanted to design, like another men's. So I have the men's sock that I was making for my dad. That will go out. There was one I was trying for Jake, but that one might not work. So anyways, no big things. It's going to be accessories, fun stuff. So I even have a double knit scarf that I'm really wanting to release the pattern for. So anyways, stay tuned. If you feel like being a test knitter or, you know, whatever, if you hear me talking about something or whatever, you can PM me or post in the group, in the episode threads, you know, whichever works best for you. So please hold me accountable to it. Please, just, yeah, keep me honest. So there you go. All right, back to acquisitions. Dramatic Knits, Steve and Andy, have a color of the month, colorway of the month. I can't always afford to buy that, and I always feel like I'm kind of missing out. But they had a year in review set that was a mini skein set that I could afford. So that's what I got. So we have Beanstalk, Masquerade, Punk Rock Highlights, Boyhood, OMG Squee, Venetian Sunset, Mornings in the Backyard, Kaleidoscope, Turkey Run, and Complete Imagination. And I got the Show Stealer set, which was, it's the merino cashmere nylon. I splurged because I really wanted a skein of their January yarn of the month, and I just couldn't afford that. So I was like, you know what? I won't spend $20 for that skein, but I'll spend $4 more and get the cashmere set. So they're having a knit along, and I want to participate in that. I think it would be fun. So anyways, that was really cool. I was happy to get that today. Lastly, I went out to my friend's house for New Year's Day. There's a spinning group out in the Emmett Sweet Spinners group, and my friend has a little yarn shop at the end of their outside shop. She buys the inventory from shops when they go out of business, and does that. So anyways, what I was wanting was a skein to go with this. It's a little more, there you go, that's good. This is for DK base, and it's peacock blue from Fiber Nymph. And the Wonder Wander hat and mittens were released by Megan Williams, and they're awesome. I had nothing to go with them. And I was looking through Lisa's shop, and she didn't really have anything already dyed up, and I didn't want to custom order anything. And the stuff that my friend Mitzi has is really inexpensive, because she keeps it at the prices from when those yarn shops went out of business, and then does like a 20% discount. So I found this DK weight. Let me tell you the story about this. So I found this nice gray. You guys know, if you've been watching for any period of time, teal-ish or turquoise and gray, favorite color combination for me. So I found this gray and was like, well, that might match. And this was $4.85 minus 20%. It was like $3.80 or something crazy like that. So there was this nice gray, but then there was this little bit darker one. See the difference? And I was like, oh, that might look good too, because I didn't have the yarn with me. And so I didn't remember how kind of bright it was. So I was like, but then I found the white. I was like, hey, the white would look good, because I made some Color Tracks hats out of it, and I really like it. That was the turquoise and white, but I like, the blue and white. So then I was like, ugh. Then there was this really pretty turquoisey color that I kept looking at, and I was like, I don't need that. It won't go with the yarn, but I just kept looking at it. So I couldn't decide out of these, and I was like, they're less than $4 a piece. I will get all of them, and whichever one matches this one, the other two can go with this to make something. Yes, justification all day long. And I don't even care. You can judge me. I don't care. Because I got pretty yarn for like $14. So, and it's good yarn too. It's Rowan Designer something. Designer Collection. And it's a DK. It is not, let me see. It's not superwash. So I don't know that I will make the mittens out of it, because I want to be able to wash mittens. But the hat would look amazing. Plus it's only a 50-gram skein. So here's the thing. This looks good together. This also looks good together, but it might be too close. I think this looks the best together, because like I said, these are kind of a similar saturation, and I don't think it would stand out, and I'm okay with it not like popping, but I think that one is the winner, but I don't know, we'll see. I'll unravel them and like twist the yarns together, but either way, if this is the winner, I can still put these three together for something fun. Maybe a 3-color hat. Maybe I'll do a bobble hat with that. I do already have a bobble hat that I didn't bring in. That was the thing that earlier I was like, dang it, I didn't bring it. I fell down, and I'm a sheeple, and had to cast one on because so many people were making them, and Knit One Wendy knit like 4 of them, and I was like, you know what? They're cool, and I want to make one. So I did, and anyways, I will bring that in next time. I think that's all. 44 minutes, and that was like 3 months worth of stuff. I'm pretty impressed. So the last thing I just wanted to talk to you about really quick was my Keep On With Life business. I vended at a few shows, and it was very well received. I have some new scents that I'm going to be putting out. Hopefully soon. I don't know. I haven't really had many orders lately, so I don't know if it's just kind of people heard about it, tried it, and then haven't really heard any more about it or what. But I have eucalyptus that I want to do. I have the oil already. And then I have a couple of combinations, lavender and peppermint I love, and lemon and lavender I'm thinking about putting together, you know, trying those out. Anyways, we'll see. I will, you know, kind of play with stuff. If you have a scent that you would really like for me to put out, it has to be available in an essential oil. So yeah, let me know if there's anything you're interested in, or if you like how any of those sound. Also, there are some other natural products that I'm looking at starting to carry. Right now, I am trying out a natural deodorant recipe that actually helps with the perspiration as well. So I like it, and if it works for me, it can work pretty much for anybody, because I don't glisten. I sweat like a pig. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it's in my jeans. Not literally in my jeans, it's in my jeans. That's just what the women in my family do. We sweat. We're sweaters. So I figure if I don't stink, anybody can use this stuff. So I've been using it for about a week. I like it so far. I'm going to wait and give it a little bit longer just to make sure it continues to work. And then another product I'm looking at carrying is a natural shaving cream that is supposed to work really well. I have one ingredient that I don't have, that I just need to go buy. It was super, super cold for a few, like 3 weeks, and I just kind of hunkered down and didn't leave unless I had to, and going to get that one ingredient was kind of a I didn't have to kind of thing. So now that it's warming up enough that the snow is actually melting, and it has actually gotten above freezing for the first time in almost a month, I need to go pick that up, and I can let you guys know. If any of you out there would be interested or willing to test either of those products out, I would love to send them to you. I probably couldn't afford to, you know, mail out a ton of samples, but if there are 2 or 3 of you for each product that want to try it out and give me some feedback, I really would love outsider perspective. So anyways, all right, that's everything. Thank you for watching. Thank you for dealing with the light issues. I will play with it. I won't wear red and have all red next time. But there will be a next time. There will be a next week. If you need to get a hold of me, I am Anansi on Ravelry and on Instagram and Periscope. I am Mel-Tran Designs. There's a Mel-Tran Designs group on Ravelry, also on Facebook. I post when new episodes go up. Also, you can post Mel-Tran Designs finished objects, or if you want to test knit, things like that. And remember to check out the Fiber Fanatics Unite group and see if that's a retreat that you might want to come to. So anyways, until next time, keep knitting. Bye.